Alright boys, welcome back to the channel. Today let's do Nidhoggr with the new Nidhoggr unit Margaret. I think she's gonna be pretty good. Let's try all 3 floors. Of course we are using the best card set there is at the moment in Nidhoggr. It's the Skull and Hardy card set. The basic stats will increase by 10%. This time we're gonna put Red Tarmiel link on Green Elizabeth, and for this to work, guys, she has to have around 110 resistance. You have to run a full defense gear set. It's not even her own full defense gear set that I'm running, but in the middle pieces you have to put resistance and pretty high rolls as well. So that might be tricky for a lot of you guys. I still have to rank it up a bit, but we do have enough. And of course attack and HP on the other pieces. The reason why she has full defense gear is that she has the lowest health when you start the battle, so she will get targeted first. Then Nidhoggr has pretty good stats on her own, so this is already pretty good. She's on HP defense gear, it's my other Margaret's gear. But you know this Nidhoggr is Margaret, so if you don't know, she has a buff card that removes debuffs from all allies and decreases their damage taken from enemies by 20% for 2 turns on a rank 1. And if you don't know her passive, it increases Goddess allies basic stat by 10% for each one participating in Nidhoggr. Increases Goddess allies damage dealt by 15% up to 45%. Every time the hero uses a buff skill. In addition, if the hero's skill use removes a debuff from an ally, they are healed for 20% of their max HP. So her buff and cleanse skill, the blue one, it will also heal the team when you remove debuffs. If you don't know, her other card is a cancel stance card, even on a rank 1. That's also insanely good for this Nidhoggr battle. And her ultimate is exactly the same as before. You do need Mael for this team to make it really fast, but you can also put instead of Mael Red Tarmiel. But then you have to put the gear I just showed you guys from Green Elizabeth on Red Tarmiel. And you could do it that way as well, but it will be a lot longer. It won't be as fast as this team. You have to run Red Zarya link on Freya, and like I said, Red Tarmiel link on this Green Liz, if you want to make her the tank of the team and the one that gets attacked. And then for the gear sets for Freya and Mael, they are actually both on attack crit with attack, defense and HP rolls, and the same for Mael. This team is insane. This was the first try I did, and I was so shocked at how fast this was. I did it in like, what, 25 minutes? It's insane, guys. So just run this team if you want to clear floor 1 to floor 3 under 30 minutes. Insane. It used to be so hard to clear Nidhoggr, but now it's actually easy. And you can pretty much clear phase 1 of every floor in 1 turn, except floor 2. Just want to make sure the health is the lowest before you use the remove buff skill from Green Elizabeth. Phase 2 on floor 1, I just want to remove some of these damage reductions. So we use the cancel stance cards from Margaret, we did have 2. And then we do some damage. As you can see, this Green Liz tanks very well. She has a red debuff on top of her, but one of the times it didn't heal. This time it did heal, but one of the times it didn't heal. Even the ult from the enemies doesn't even matter. This team is way too strong. But for this team to work, you do need the Hold Relic from Freya. And then if you use her single target skills, it will also cancel stances. Here, let's heal again, and I think it's this time actually we don't heal. I think maybe the red debuff on top of us blocked our skill effects or something. The rest of the fights we're gonna be able to cleanse and heal. So it was just one time we couldn't. Here you have to shred the gauge, of course. So rank 3 skills will completely shred the gauge. Doesn't matter which skill you use. It has to be an attack skill, of course. Once the gauge is shredded, you can just kill. Very easy. Here we are using one card from Margaret. Then we're gonna heal a bit with the card from Liz. And we're gonna start shredding the gauge a bit more. And then next turn we just completely shred the gauge with the ultimates and the rank 2s and we just kill. Actually pretty easy with this team, it's insane. I never cleared Nidhoggr in only one try. I had to try some stages multiple times, especially floor 3. But with this team, guys, I did it in one go, in 25 minutes. It's insane. I was really shocked. This was the first time I tried this team, so I was still thinking what I should do and what the damage would be with the attacks. So I wasn't sure what to do all the time. But I did manage to do it. So this team is so easy now. As you can see, we healed and we just killed. We are max health. Always try to finish with max health, guys. That's the most important part. Okay, floor 2. This is the floor on phase 1 you can't kill in one turn. But floor 3 you can kill in one turn, guys, with this team. It's insane. So as you can see here, phase 1 he has a blue buff. You can't remove the blue buff before you diminish the HP almost completely. So that's what we're doing turn 1. And now next turn we're just gonna kill. First we're gonna remove the buff. But I did have another single target from this green list, so I'm just gonna merge them and then get our ultimate as well. So let's cleanse and heal. As you can see here, I'm gonna restart again because I want to get the ultimate from Liz. So that's exactly what I do here. If you have a rank 2 Liz card, the single targets, you can remove the buff and kill at the same time. Pretty easy. I think you can actually, with this team, kill with a rank 1 single target from Liz if the HP is fully diminished. Never remove all the damage reductions on floor 2 and floor 3. Just max remove 2 of them. Just want to make sure there's 1 damage reduction left on both of these floors, floor 2 and floor 3, because if you remove all of them, it'll be way too strong and you will lose. So just keep 1 of these damage reductions and then you start doing damage. Very easy. The only floor phase 2 where you do have to stall a bit is actually floor 3. And that phase 2 you have to shred a gauge by using buff and heal skills, and actually ultimates work as well. But once you cancel stances on floor 3 phase 2, the gauge will increase by 15%, which is insane. If you have to cancel a stance to remove one of those damage reductions, just use it as the first attack and then you use the cleanse and heal skills and the ultimates. I will show you guys once we are on floor 3, phase 2. We are already on phase 3 on floor 2 here. It's insane how quickly it goes with this team. And if you are lucky and you get a lot of these cleanse cards from Margaret, you can just keep healing constantly. Pretty insane. On floor 2, phase 3, to shred this gauge, you actually have to get the health bar past the middle of the enemy. So you have to shred that health bar past half of the health. And that's how you shred this gauge. It's pretty easy, especially with this team. You do way too much damage, especially with the passive from Margaret and then also Freya's Holy Relic. This is such an insane team, guys. So let's do some damage on this last turn and then the gauge will be completely shredded. You can also remove these damage reductions, they are blue. So if you want to remove them, just use a single target from Liz. And then next turn, we're just gonna kill. It's so easy. Always keep the ultimate from Liz just before you kill, so you can fully heal. Try not to have a rank 2 skill from Liz before the enemy uses that AoE bite skill, because then he removes an ultimate move gauge, because he will rank down your skill and it will remove an ultimate move gauge. Keep that in mind, guys, it's very important. Okay, floor 2 is done. So fast, it's insane. I was so surprised of this team, how good it actually is. So now floor 3, and floor 3 took you about what, maybe 40 minutes and even a lot of retries before you could clear it. But with this team we're gonna do it in one go, because floor 3 phase 1 here, you can actually kill in one turn, and that is just insane. Just use these attacks, first the Freya attacks, because when you use her attacks, the attack related stats or basic stats, I can't remember, will increase of your team, and then you just use the Mael attacks, and you just cleared phase 1 in one turn, guys. It's insane. Okay, now this is phase 2. This is the most annoying phase. Phase 3 is actually pretty easy. But here you gotta keep in mind, turn 1 you have to remove one of these damage reductions or it's just gonna wipe the team, or at least one unit. So just remove one of these damage reduction with a cancel stance card or a single target from Freya, and then you can start killing. The only time you have to use the cancel stance card again is when he puts up his stance with a counter, to remove that, of course. But to shred this gauge, you will have to use heal skills. Here I did it wrong, because I first used the heal skill and then the remove buff card. And look at this, 15% increase of that gauge. So you don't want to do this. Just first use that cancel stance card and then start healing and using buffs. You don't want to merge the buffs, guys. Just keep them like this and then you can just use them. You could merge the buffs, but it's better to have multiple buffs. Here the gauge was going pretty high actually, and I wasn't liking that, so on this turn we used the cleanse and buff skill from Margaret, so we are buffed and we take less damage. And of course we heal, and then we use some ultimates here. And then of course we heal again with the ultimate from Liz. The gauge is now at 20% and he has the stance with the counter. So we're gonna use the ultimate from Mael and then start using buff skills. First I'm gonna just use a heal skill here. And now the health is so low that we don't have to cancel the stances anymore. We're just gonna shred the gauge now with ultimates, heal cards and buff skills or cleanse skills. As you can see, 5% less gauge with the healing card, 5% less gauge with the rank 2 cleanse card, but the rank 1 cleanse card also shreds the gauge by 5%. So it's maybe even better to just keep them at rank 1s and then you can use multiple of them. Let's cleanse again and heal, then use the ultimate from Freya. This will shred the gauge a bit more. And I think if we use another heal skill it will be 0, because now you know that cleanse or buff skill and a heal skill will shred the gauge by 5% and then we just kill. Very easy, especially with this team. You have a lot of heal and cleanse skills, so it's very easy. And then phase 3 is actually insanely easy with this team. And on this phase you just want to attack every time that you get past 2 of those health bars. So only 2 health bars have to go, and then the gauge will shred, because every turn he will fully heal again. So it doesn't matter you do insane damage. The only advice I have for you guys, use the ultimate from Freya, so her abyss will do additional damage for 2 turns, and then you don't even need to attack, guys. The health bar will for 2 turns stay below that range to get the gauge shredded. Something weird happened this time. As you can see, the effect of the ultimate from Freya was already gone, so I don't know why this happened, but it doesn't matter. Just do enough damage so you can get rid of 2 of those health bars, and then you will keep shredding the gauge. It's pretty easy. Just keep healing, keep doing that, and you will get there. It's pretty easy. I was so shocked on how good this team was. So as you can see, a lot of these attacks do a lot of damage. I'm not used to this, that's why I was attacking so many times. Because before, without this Margaret, we needed to attack a lot to be able to do enough damage. But now it wasn't even needed. And if you don't know, a rank 2 heal card will also cleanse, because we needed a cleanse by now. And then we're just gonna use the ultimate of Freya, because we needed to heal with her. But the ultimate did insane damage, and that's why the health bar is so low right now. And now the abyss does stay, so I don't know how this works actually. I don't know why sometimes it goes away and it doesn't have much of effect, but this time it did have a lot of effect. So Here we just heal as much as possible. And we just do some damage. And then next turn we can finally kill. You see how fast this is with this team, it's not normal. As you can see, the ultimate from Freya did so much damage with the Abyss that we can just use any attacks we want to kill. And it's already over. Very insane team now. Very easy Nidhoggr clear with this team. So if you did manage to have all of these characters and pull for this Margaret, you can actually now clear it insanely fast. As you see, we did it. All 3 floors, 25 minutes. Crazy. So this is the best team you can run, guys. With this green Liz with Tarmia Link and the gear set I showed you in the beginning. Insane team, guys. So I hope you now know what to do and how crazy this team is. I don't even think you need more than 8 million bucks, you see. I think around 5 to 6 million is enough with this team. But you do need to work on those characters. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you did, please like, subscribe and click on the notification bell. See you next time. Peace out.